Hi boys and girls, Mrs. Schultz here. I was thinking the other day, one thing I really miss about being in school is reading stories to all of you. I like when we get to sit on the cool rug and I sit in my comfy chair, and look who I even brought. Our reading monster. He's not going to be lonely. He's right here with us. So I thought maybe I wouldn't feel so sad about missing reading stories to you. I could read you one of my very favorite stories. This may be a book that you haven't read before. This was my oldest son's very favorite book when he was about 6 or 7 years old. Every night I had to read it over and over again. But it was a pretty good story, and I really loved the artwork in it, so it was good. Those are good memories. Maybe you can read a story tonight to somebody in your house, or they can read one to you. This book is called George Paints His House. I also like it because it's about painting, one of my favorite things to do. But the name George is pretty awesome. That name is my grandpa's name, my dad's name, and my brother's name. So I think that's one reason I like this book. I like Curious George a lot too, that funny monkey. This is by Francine Bassetti, and she is the author and the illustrator. Remember, like Dr. Seuss, she both wrote the book and did the artwork for it, which is a double whammy. That's really, really hard to do. If someone does that, they're really talented. I'll read a page and then put it close to the screen like this so you can see the artwork. This is the opening page, and it is made from watercolor. All of the artwork in the book is watercolor, pencil and watercolor. Now, some things you really got to look very carefully at. I wish I was here reading this with you in real life, because I could hold it and let you look for a very long time to find George and his friend Mary the cat. See them yet? They're way back somewhere. Oh, way back here. See that? He's got his ladder ready to go paint. George paints his house. George is going to repaint his house. It's about time. His good friend Mary comes to help. But what color paint should they choose? George and Mary cannot decide. I know what that feels like. I just painted my house. It was terrible. I had so many swatches everywhere, just like George. Yellow, like the sun or the mimosa flowers they gather in the fields by the armful? Yes, says the lizard. Yellow is luminous, the most lovely of all colors. Maybe yellow is your favorite color. Red, like poppies or geraniums or cherries picked in the spring? But of course, say the ladybugs, red is joyful, a splendid color. Is red your favorite color? Blue, like cornflowers or the sky? Wonderful, sings a bluebird. Blue is the color of dreams. Maybe that's why it's my favorite color. That's mine. Blue is my favorite color. Black or white? Black, says the bull. White, says the horse. Black and white, says the magpie. Magpie might be a new word. That's a type of a black and white bird. Magpie. Or maybe orange, like apricots and oranges and the tasty marmalade made from them. And like me, says Mary. Picture they're actually making some tasty marmalade. I don't even think I like marmalade though. Maybe I should try some. Perhaps purple, like figs and irises and delicious grapes. Obviously, says a butterfly, it would be most original of you. I think it would be original with a purple house. Do you think your neighbors would like your house to be painted purple? Maybe ask your parents. You can paint it purple over the summer. Pink, Do you think like the graceful flamingos George photographs in the summer? Or like the hydrangea that grows in the garden? I like pink, says Mary. I love this page too because George is taking photographs. Photography is another kind of art, just like painting or drawing. So George is an artist who's picking colors for his home, but he's also a photographer. Why not green, like the banks of the brook where George and Mary fish under the willow tree? Green, 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 croaks the frog, like limeade. Pretty green page. After much discussion, George and Mary agree on green, and to celebrate, they throw a party. I don't know, how long do you think it's going to take George to paint his house? Look at that tiny little brush. Let's look at the party now. To have a party to thank everyone who helped. Such good friends. This is nice because in the watercolor they have all of the animals that we saw in the book. Maybe you learned of a new animal today. Now, one thing you always have to do, boys and girls, is watch a movie to the very end after the credits because you might find a cool surprise, but also some books have a really cool surprise after the story on the last page. And I think this is actually one of the best paintings of all. That's it. George painted his house, kids. All right. See you soon. Bye. Oh my God, this thing better been on.